Amazing. Hi, everyone. Welcome. We're super excited to host today. We're going to be talking through a few of the updates that we have shared this week. Obviously, the biggest one is Art. Art is now live. We had an incredibly successful launch this week, and we're super excited to share not only what's coming up for the token, but also what is coming up for LiveArt, which, we are incredibly grateful for our community, support partners, everybody. Very, very excited. Boris will be sharing some of the different milestones that we have hit in just a few days. So we're gonna get started now. And first of all, I know there's a lot of people who have joined our community in the past couple of days. So we'll do some quick intros. I'm Luisa. I am working within the marketing team, but also heading project delivery at LiveArt. I'll be hosting today. Boris, do you want to go next?
Sure. Hi, guys. I'm Boris. I am the co-founder of LiveArt. Welcome all of the new members of the community, and of course, all of the folks who have been with us for the last 3 years. It's great to have you here at this momentous day.
Absolutely. And Daniel, do you want to give us a quick TLDR on you?
Yeah, what's up, guys? I'm Daniel. I'm managing community at LiveArt. Happy to be here.
Amazing. So, and Andre. Andre's coming as well from the product team. Hey, hey, Andre, can you hear us?
Yeah. Hello.
Hello. For anybody that doesn't know you yet, could you do a quick intro?
Sure. Glad to be here. And I'm Andre, and I'm doing most of the product things here that have to do with what you can see on the website or with our activities or the new products that we have in the pipeline.
Amazing. Thank you. So September 9th, Art arrived, and we are excited to see that within the first 24 hours, we reach over a $30 million market cap across top exchanges. Boris, maybe you want to walk us through a little bit of that first initial part of the launch and also the coin market cap news that we were number one on base yesterday.
Yeah, good point. So you probably all guys who follow us, you already know, but you can get all this information on CoinMarketCap. But just to show it here, these are the exchanges that have listed us in no particular order: Bybit, BitGet, Maxi, Gate, Kraken, and a few others. So for most of the pairs, ART USDT, there is one ART USDC pair for those of you who would like to make use of that on Maxi, and then Art Euro pair is coming up as well from Kraken. So something else to look forward to. There are a few other exchanges that will be added over time. Looking forward to expanding out the distribution of the Art token to other exchanges over the next few days, weeks, and months. So that's that. The launch was quite good. All of the exchanges supported us very well, and really nothing to complain about. So it's great to be launched. So the company, we've worked very hard on making this company into kind of what it is today. And one of the manifestations of it, of course, is the product and the team that you're already familiar with. And now there is this new thing, which is the token, which has a life of its own, utility token, with all of the utilities that we talked about before, and probably will reiterate a little bit today as well. As Luisa mentioned, we were number one on the trending token on Base. The token is launched on Base, so that's where most of the activity happened. We also were the most traded token on, or most trending token on CoinMarketCap yesterday. In various categories, on various exchanges, as well as overall. So there has been a lot of activity around this token. So we consider that to be quite a successful launch. Luisa, you want to talk about the various campaigns, or shall I?
Yeah, absolutely. So,
and that's tied to what I just said, right? Because the exchanges that are listing us, as is the custom, are not just listing us, but also helping to get their communities to get familiar with the token, with the company, and what it does. And so as a result of that, there are a lot of various activities that are running on the exchanges. So Luisa, if you want to go through some of those.
Absolutely. So a little bit of alpha here. We have over 22 million in art rewards that are up for grabs across top exchanges. We have very fun campaigns where you can snag pretty good rewards with the token. And I just want to also anchor it back to how art is a core utility token within the LiveArt platform. We are a DeFi protocol that is bringing a $10 trillion market on chain. This is a market that has been completely overlooked within crypto and RWAs. So the opportunity here for us is huge. Maybe we can start off with the first one. So Gate.io, there are 4 different campaigns that you can participate on. For now, we've only launched the first 3. They run until next week, so you still have some time. But again, they won't be there forever, and this is kind of your shot to increase your art holdings. We can go to the next one, Boris.
Yeah, so I think that trading competition is the one that's currently open, and the simple earn. I believe the APY there is up to 500%. So go check it out. It has nothing to do with us. We're not running these campaigns. It's the exchanges who do. So just follow these links on the blog to find out what the terms are over there on Gate. And now on to the next one.
On to BitGet. So here we have 2 Candy Bomb campaigns. They both have slightly different criteria. So take a look. I think one of them is for newcomers and one of them is for existing BitGet users, but the reward pots are huge. So you can see like almost 4 million art rewards, almost 2 million art rewards on Candy Bomb number 2. So go on to BitGet and enjoy those campaigns. We'll have links, by the way, in this blog, and we'll share this link with everybody. Coin. So James Luck Carnival, 170,000 art tokens. And this one, you have a little bit more time, so it's September 26th, but I strongly, strongly recommend you that you get on that quickly before any of the pool rewards run out.
Yeah, and KuCoin has been the strongest performing exchange for this particular launch, so we love them. We love them all, but KuCoin especially. So please do and go and support them and us and the token launch on KuCoin.
And another pretty exciting one, Bybit. So there's over 14 million art token rewards here. We have the token splash for deposit and earn, and the token splash for trading and earning. So you have 2 different ways of getting a share of these rewards. And again, I think both of them go hand in hand. So it's a very, very nice campaign for anyone looking into art. And there's also the staking campaign, which that is upcoming. So it will be launched on September 23rd.
So that's it. And here is the bottom line.
Lots and lots of art.
Lots and lots of art up for grabs. So please, again, this blog, you will find it linked on all of our socials, as well as, I believe, to this live stream. So follow the link and within the blog post, follow every link to every campaign. We will also be kind of reminding the community about this throughout the next couple of weeks as these campaigns are running, so that everybody remembers to take advantage of them. We're distributing a lot of tokens through these campaigns through the exchanges. So, don't let only the exchange users take advantage of it. Go and do it as well. Luisa, what's next on the docket?
Amazing. So now that we've shared kind of the most recent momentum and also the campaigns that we have, we're going to go over a little bit of a deep dive on the token and also things that we're going to be launching in the next couple of days and weeks. So again, at LiveArt, we move really fast, so things change fairly quickly. Number 1 is a question for you, Boris. For LiveArt, what do you think it makes us different from other RWA projects in the market?
Yeah, great question, and quite often asked. Well, first of all, let me just say a couple of words about RWAs. I think it's the most exciting place to be in crypto today. I think it's the dominant crypto narrative at the moment, and I believe it will remain the most important one for a while. right? Why? Well, because number one, it's intrinsically useful. It solves a real problem, right? Blockchain RWAs democratize access to assets that were not accessible before in the real world and now accessible globally on chain through the RWA tech or RWA Fi. So that's super important. Now, how we are different. So most RWA projects are focused on the financial assets, right? Stocks, bonds, credits, treasuries. And LiveArt is the first AI-powered RWA protocol that's unlocking tangible assets, not the financial assets like stocks, but tangible assets like the Picassos, things you can touch. The Picassos, the Warhols, the Patek Philippe's, classic cars, Rolexes, etc. Right? Cultural assets, a completely overlooked but very valuable category. So if you look at fine art, watches, cars, wine, and other cultural assets, it's a $10 trillion asset class, right? Which is completely off chain right now, but has very, very attractive financial growth characteristics historically, but not accessible up until now to the retail investors in crypto. And so now we have made it accessible. So unlike any other RWA platforms, LiveArt delivers the full stack of RWA services for crypto tangible assets. We do sourcing and curation from top dealers, collectors, and institutions. And you've seen us do that for the last couple of years, right? So we're really good at picking out assets that are, the best in their class and have historically performed well financially. Then what we do with those assets, we vault them, we custody them, we tokenize them into fractional shares, put them on blockchain. Then after that, we give you a price feed for the current market value of those assets, AI-powered pricing, market intelligence. We're going to be putting this on chain through oracles, and there will be some partnership announcements that go along with that. So stay tuned for that, so that the pricing of those assets is available on to all DeFi protocols everywhere on Web3. And then lastly, of course, there is DeFi integration, so that it's not just that you can buy and own these assets, but you can also trade them, stake them, borrow against them, yield, harvest yield from them, and so on. So do all of the things in crypto with your piece of Warhol or a piece of a masterpiece or a piece of Rolex that you can do with any other crypto asset, with a stable coin, with Bitcoin, with Ethereum, with altcoins, with anything else. So that's the product. We're really excited about it, and there is really nothing else like it at the moment, and that's why we think that this company is special.
Amazing. I love that, and I think it's been very clear, especially as we have started to talk to more people and connect with other projects, how relevant and important LiveArt infrastructure and solutions are becoming, and I think will increasingly start to make a huge dent within the DeFi space. So I want to move on to the next question with that in mind, which is why focus on cultural assets? What do you think makes art, watches, collectibles so important and relevant versus stocks, bonds, and treasuries, which is what most other RWA projects are working on?
Well, LiveArt was born out of a simple observation, and that's that cultural wealth is massive, but it is locked, right? So the gap is that assets like Warhols, Patek Philippe's, Rolexes, Ferraris, etc., they are illiquid, they're opaque, and they're reserved, for millionaires and billionaires. So the question is how to make them available to everyday investors through RWA, blockchain, and crypto. And that's the problem that we are solving. But what's important is that these cultural assets, they're scarce, they're desirable, and they've been proven to appreciate over time, right? So that's what's important about them. It's not just it's just not just some kind of random thing that you can own, but it doesn't have a historical appreciation. These particular assets, right, the masterpieces, fine art, watches, especially those that are that sort of no longer produced, and Ferraris, cars, etc. They have this property of appreciating over time and appreciating very well. In fact, over the last 30 years, fine art has been one of the best performing asset classes in the world. It's just that it's not accessible. It wasn't accessible to retail investors. So what we do is we bridge this gap, right? The gap between the assets that are worth owning and the retail investors who cannot own them. We bridge that gap with the LiveArt DeFi Rails, DeFi platform that is based on AI-powered valuations and all of the other things that are part of the LiveArt product stack, right? So that means that this $10 trillion worth of value that's been sitting dead for centuries is suddenly available to retail investors around the world through blockchain and DeFi platform that we publish. So you can think of it as like, stable coins brought fiat on chain. So you can now own US dollars in crypto. And what we do is we do the same for Picassos, Rolexes, Banksys. So the assets that combine scarcity, prestige, liquidity, and are finally available on chain to everybody globally.
Absolutely, absolutely. Very well said. And I think it's also, all of these assets historically have had huge markets, and those markets have only grown. So, but they've never been properly, I think, scaled, because we all know that these type of assets move around very small number of people. So I think, the opportunity here is pretty big. And one of the last questions before we get into the product with Andre will be, how is AI integrated within this protocol?
Yeah, and that's AI is fashionable these days. Everybody claims to have AI. But what's important about this company is that when we started 3 years ago, we started with an AI product, right? Before it was before it was ChatGPT and everything else. Before AI was fashionable. Before AI agents. What we did back then, our first product was real-time asset pricing for this asset class, right? So now it's very widely used around the world, in both Web 2 and Web 3 applications. If you walk into many of the auction houses anywhere worldwide, you will see people using LiveArt app to price assets that are being offered by the auction houses, so that you understand their current market value and not just the estimates that the auction house is putting on screen. So people use our data for it, our AI for it, that's analyzing that data. And so now we are bringing this AI agent on chain. So we're bringing it on chain through Oracle. So this proprietary AI data set, AI-powered, AI-analyzed data set, that gathers information for this asset class across 3,000 different sources, is going to be available on chain through an Oracle to any DeFi protocol. So that's super exciting. And again, this is not something that we just kind of like went along with the current fashion. This is something that we've been building for the last 3 years and currently bringing to market on blockchain. So that's number one. Number two is portfolio recommendations. So it's not enough to just have this data, right? It's also important to bring it to use for every investor who is trying to construct a portfolio out of these alternative assets. So we will recommend to you, based on your return requirements and the things that you're trying to achieve in your portfolio, how much to invest into, say, fine art. So, we can have a few fractions of Warhol, some more fractions of Ferrari, some more fractions of a Patek Philippe or Rolex, put it all together into a portfolio. And there is a historical chart that you can see what such a portfolio has historically returned. And of course, in the future, it may return whatever it returns, but at least you get all the data for the past performance of that portfolio at your fingertips, just like you would for any other asset collection of assets. So that's what we do for AI. It's super important, again, in our ecosystem. It gives you pricing feeds through oracles, and it also gives you this portfolio construction capability around this asset class that is available on chain through LiveArt.
Amazing. And also something to mention is, LiveArt is the number one source of art data within the art market. We're used by most professionals and top auction houses in the world. So we really have a very strong ground to have these AI integrations within the protocol as well. So I wanted to just mention that. And lastly, how does art interact with all of these different elements? Boris.
Oh, sorry, is a question for me?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, sorry. Yes, art is a utility token, right? So it's the utility token that powers the LiveArt protocol. So it really powers everything that we do across community, asset tokenization, institutional onboarding, DeFi. And there are three main functions of the token currently: access, governance, and rewards. So access, governance, and rewards. Those are the three. And as you will see the token rolling out throughout our ecosystem, those are the three main buckets into which its utility will fall. So access means access to the initial asset offerings when we bring a new asset on chain. Buyouts, which is when the price is right, you can buy out the asset in the real life and get redeemed, and all of the crypto tokens get redeemed against the buyout. There are various exclusive drops, cultural events, and so on. So that's the access category. In the governance category, honestly, I think it's a really fun one, and I think lots of people are going to enjoy it. It's voting on which assets get fractionalized, so that there is a collection of things that we have access to that have historical financial characteristics that we find attractive. But at the end of the day, it's the community that gets to decide which assets get fractionalized, go on chain, and get traded on chain. So that's an aspect of governance that I think is unique to us. But then there are other things like protocol upgrades and other things that are more traditional governance functions of a utility token. And then on the reward side, well, there'll be a whole zoo of rewards: staking, trading incentives, participation bonuses, all sorts of things. Those of you who have been with us for the last year and a half, or 2 years, you know how we've used it. We've used points to provide all sorts of incentives to the participants within our ecosystem on the buy side, on the sell side, etc. And now we no longer have to use points. We can use tokens, or we may use points that are convertible to tokens. There will be a whole bunch of different programs that are tied to the reward, to the utility token in the reward bucket. So those are the three main things for the community. Now, when we in the near future, we are planning to also launch an institutional program, and for them there will be a whole additional set of utilities on the tokenization layer, onboarding gateway, liquidity bridge, and other things. But we'll talk about that in the future when we announce it. We're not quite ready for that, but the utility token, the utilities for the community are available immediately at token launch, and we're really excited about those.
Amazing. Thank you. Very exciting. And now we're going to go over to you, Andre. One, we want to get a sneak peek into the new kind of features and DeFi integrations that we're going to have on LiveArt. And we also want to get a few updates for the community, but we'll do that towards the end.
Sure, we'll be happy to do that. So let me share my screen to show the product update that's going to come live pretty soon.
All right, there you are.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, thank you very much. So this is what, based on what Boris mentioned before, once we're bringing this RWA on chain, each of the assets that we're bringing on chain will pass a certain phases. So it's going to appear on the primary market with some premium collectible experience. Afterwards, it's going to go into the secondary market, which will open up the possibilities for doing with our RWA fractions all what you can do with any other crypto asset, which is swap, buy, trade, lend, and even borrow. And then finally, it's going to go into the completed state, which means that this asset has been successfully bought out, and now the fraction owners can get the fraction of their profit. And now we can quickly walk you through some of the pieces here. So as for the primary market, so the assets will be available in different categories, including the artworks or the sculptures or even the watches that we have here. So if we go into details, and I'll briefly show you how it may look like and how it will look like. So for the asset that's going to be on sale on the primary market, there will be the possibility to purchase both the fraction pack with just the fractions, as well as some premium package with more perks included inside. All this data is going to be powered by the oracles Boris has mentioned before, delivering the real current and real time valuation of this of the asset. On the secondary market, there will be the possibility to trade fractions of RWA projects. So you can buy, sell using the something that's pretty common for any token that can be swapped on chain. So that's going to be the trading experience for the tokens that are traded in the secondary market. And the nice part with this idea of having these fractions actually powered by the token which is going to be ERC20 is the possibility to lend and borrowing. For instance, even to have the RWA fractions that you own to be used as a collateral to borrow other assets like stable coins, which means that actually you do not need to lock your liquidity within their RWA fractions. You can really borrow the stable while still holding the fraction of a Picasso. So there will be also the buyout process, also powered on chain, which will allow each owner of the fraction actually suggest the price and purchase the whole asset, which we call the mechanism for that. We call an optimistic buyout. Not going to dive into more detail here. It's all going to be available for you to read through. But if the asset is successfully bought, it means that this asset is switching this final complete phase, and each owner of the fraction will get their share of the profit. That's it in a nutshell for the product. It's going to be live pretty soon.
Amazing. I mean, I can't wait. I'm very, very exciting. I think it's pretty revolutionary. So with that, while you're here, Andrei, why don't we go over staking, which is something we released just a couple of days ago, maybe actually a day ago.
Sure. We'll share an update here as well. Yeah, switching my screen. So if you can share my screen, switch to that.
We're here.
Good. Yeah, I see that you can see it right now. Yeah, so the staking portal is something that allows you to stake the token, which is effectively what it says. So you can find it under the R token in our main menu, and if you go to stake. So the program itself is relatively simple, and at the same time very powerful, because what we say at LiveArt, that staking is actually power, and it's not about just locking the tokens. It's about building this staking power that can multiply your influence and give you more rewards across the whole ecosystem. So you can activate your staking power by staking the R tokens. The more you stake and the longer you stake, the more staking power you get. Once you engage with the platform, completing our LiveArt milestones, you will get the milestone score that will also count towards the total score you get. And two of these components, staking power and the score you get from the milestones, actually will influence your leaderboard position. So why doing that? Why you are doing that? Because the higher you are on the rank in the leaderboard, the more you will get at the end of the season, which is 3 months long. And the rewards at the end of the season will include 5 million art, as well as the fractions and some goodies out there. So we'll ensure that it's distributed in a fair way across the community. And just to give us a quick overview of how this total rank define is, on the leaderboard, probably you can get and see there on LiveArt.io, you will see a small, not a small, but at the very bottom of the leaderboard, there will be an explanation of how this total score is calculated. So, as I mentioned, there are two primary components there: staking power and milestone score, and some coefficients to balance to both of these components. So in order to be successful here and rank higher, I'd encourage you both to work on the staking power, meaning stake more art and stake it for longer, as well as to complete our milestones to get the milestone score. One thing actually I didn't mention, but the our staking is very flexible. You can stake and unstake anytime. The only thing we impose here is a 7-day cooldown period when you unstake, just to ensure so that the system overall is balanced.
Love it. Love it. Thank you. Thank you so
Yeah.
much, Andre.
That's
And
it for the overview.
yeah. Well, I think that's it for us today. We've covered a lot of ground. We will, if you haven't already, go to LiveArt.io. You can get links directly to our token, all of the exchanges that Art is currently a part of. And you can also see our roadmap. As you can see, it's a very, very ambitious roadmap. So take a look, see where we're going. Lots of very exciting things happening at LiveArt. We know we have some updates to give to Telegram users. We'll do that as well. So I don't know, Boris, if you have any other closing remarks.
Look, it's a new chapter. We've been building up to this for a very long time, almost 3 years. We're super excited to finally have a token that will power this ecosystem, the product, this new revision of the product that will be introduced this month. Really, what we wanted to convey here is that the art token, and LiveArt, it's not just hype, right? We're builders. We've been building for the last 3 years. It's the infrastructure layer for cultural DeFi. So it's not for the financial DeFi, which has plenty of very good companies that are supporting it. This is for the cultural assets, tangible assets, RWAs, and the DeFi layer that enables democratized, very wide global ownership of them. So this is something that we are super excited about, and now we're launching kind of like the not quite the last leg of it, because there will be many releases after this one, but it's a huge milestone for the company that is really making this vision a reality in an vertically integrated way for the first time in our company's evolution. So thank you for your support, everybody who has been with us for the last couple of years. Welcome all of the new members of the community, and let's have this journey together.
Absolutely. And I see a few questions coming here, so we'll do another AMA. I'm hoping we can do one next week. So until then, we'll see you, and I hope everyone has an amazing weekend. Thank you.